Well, thanks everybody for coming and watching this today. We know there's a lot going on in the industry, and who else to join us but my president, Andy Camp of Cutler Real Estate. Andy, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, glad to be here. I am the president of Cutler Real Estate. Been in the business for 20 years, and happy that here at Cutler Real Estate today is the first day of the new normal of our world and how the coronavirus has affected both our community and our industry. So glad to be here, Shaun. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. No, thank you. As you know, the director of the Ohio Department of Health and the governor have deemed real estate to be essential, which I think you and I would both agree with.
Yes.
Can you speak to why we are an essential industry?
Well, it's really interesting because I think that the governor's first and foremost. I think the governor has been showing tremendous leadership. I think Ohio as a state is better positioned to weather this storm. I think our state economy is better positioned, and that's all good news because there's going to be a lot of help that is going to be needed for all the businesses that were deemed non-essential. The reason that I think it's so important and that real estate is essential is, we've realized the value of home so much just in the last few weeks of having to be quarantined, having to be shelter at home. And real estate is a direct conduit to our local communities. We as an industry sometimes forget how noble our profession is because we help buyers and sellers and homeowners with the most important asset in their families' lives. So, having real estate continue to function throughout this public health crisis is going to be essential for Ohio to be on the front line of getting their local economies back up and running. And interestingly enough, the National Association of Realtors did a study in 2018, and they went state by state to determine what each real estate transaction does in terms of injecting money directly into the local economy. And in the state of Ohio, $56,000 is injected into the local economy for every real estate transaction that closes. So I think it's essential, and I think Governor DeWine realizes that real estate is going to be an essential part of the engine to get Ohio through this and back up and running and thriving again.
Great, thank you. I know you and I have talked about it and how I advise my team of the importance in this time of taking control of our showings, having strong listing protocols. In this time of social distancing, for lack of better terms, how can we as realtors be proactive to protect, but also to serve our clients?
Yeah, communication is key, Shaun. I think, as always, this is a great time to re-examine best practices. And, remember that we have to take guidance from our clients. So first and foremost, I think we have to really communicate with our clients about what their needs are, what their concerns are, and be in close communication constantly. Secondarily, I think that we also have to be in more communication with the real estate community in general. I think, very, very clear communication between buyers agents and sellers agents is going to be essential so that we understand that what the motivation is and how we can navigate the uncertainty and, what is to be sure some unsettled circumstances that may disrupt a real estate transaction. Beyond that, I think the state has given great guidance in terms of common sense practices. We have put some guidance in place, as well as OAR and NAR has given guidance in terms of, safe practices for buyer consultations and seller consultations. There's some practical things in terms of no overlapping showings, making sure that you have space between showings so you can minimize social interaction, minimizing contact within a home for buyers. Right now it would be, I think, a wise decision to keep children at home. And, for practical purposes, make sure that the homes that you are showing are being shown to people that are actually ready to take action. If a buyer is maybe 2 or 3 months away from being in a position to be ready to make an offer on a home, perhaps you suggest that you do a virtual consultation as opposed to a live showing just to minimize as much social distancing and honor the governor's request for the stay-at-home order as much as possible.
Great. And so I've always said that real estate agents, realtors, we are the boots on the ground in our communities. We are frontline. We're the most micro business out there with the support of our communities.
100%
How have
agree.
you seen us step up? I know it's only been a week or two, but what kind of examples, or how have you seen us step up in our communities to help out?
Well, the one thing that I was very concerned about almost 2 weeks ago when I heard that the governor was shutting the public schools down was the children that rely on the public school system for meals, for their food. And I've been very pleased and proud to see the community reaction in general to rally behind that. And it's something that, once again, Ohioans should be very proud of, and their reaction and their outreach in the local communities. I think the most important thing to remember is this is a historic event. It's a shared experience. We're all experiencing it together. And we need to have that sense of a broader sense of community in seeking out how we can help one another. And the only way we're going to be able to find that out is to ask. So something as far as volunteering at your local food bank, that's a very obvious choice. I think blood drives are going to be another way that we can rally around the community. Our hospitals and our healthcare workers are going to need as many resources as possible, and blood is something that is going to be a precious resource in the coming weeks and months. But I would just encourage everybody to ask business owners, ask people in the community, what do you need? How can I help? Because we have a lot of people that are ready to take up that challenge to help the community, but they may not know where the need is greatest. So I would encourage everybody to reach out and ask business owners and members of the community how they can help.
Great. Yeah. And so more on the business side, seeing as we are essential, but we have some unique challenges that we currently have. I know we have personally taken an opportunity to do some things that either we hadn't implemented or some new ideas out there right now, whether it be 3D tours, video walkthroughs, consultations, as you mentioned, where we can do something like Zoom to be in front of our clients and talk about the houses instead of going and showing them. I'm on the planning and zoning with the city of Powell, and we always talk about improving through development, where you may have something, some people like it, some people don't, but the idea is to improve it through that process, not just that parcel. How do you think, from that improving through development type thought, that we can come out of this being either more efficient, more progressive, a better industry, and really better people?
That's a great question. I think that some of the things that are going to change and evolve aren't even obvious to us yet. I think that there are going to be lasting changes that arise from this. And I would hope that a stronger sense of community and cooperation would be one of the lasting effects of what we're going through. What I see as the opportunity is that the true professionals in our business are going to rise to the occasion, and the people in the past that have not been on purpose with their business are going to struggle through this challenge. I think that that's a benefit. I think that the professionals that look at this as a profession and a business are going to thrive, not only through this market, but after the crisis is over. And I think that we have an opportunity to raise the professionalism of our industry. And I would hope everybody would take this time. We've talked at Cutler a lot about sharpening our axe. And I like to use the Abraham Lincoln quote that if I have 6 hours to chop a tree down, I'll use the first 4 to sharpen my axe. We have so often we're faced with focusing on the immediate rather than the important. And we have an opportunity finally in all of our busy lives to really focus on the important, both personally and professionally. And I think if we don't use this time to sharpen our axe and really focus in on how we can improve ourselves, we will have missed a tremendous opportunity that in most cases nobody would have chosen this. But it is an opportunity, and we should take advantage of this time and this slower pace.
Great. Yeah, like I said, I just wanted a few minutes of your time, but I do
Yeah.
want to thank you for being in the forefront of this, being proactive, maintaining, like I said, calm is contagious. That we're trying to maintain, just really the calm through the community. Panic and overreaction don't help, but also to be prepared and be optimistic, but to get through this together. Is
Yeah,
there? Yeah,
and recognize that this is a shared experience
yeah,
too. Calm is contagious. Fear is contagious. There's a lot of things that are contagious, but when you're calm and you can bring clarity to your clients and to the community, it's much easier to take action. And that's at the end of the day, that's really what our clients hire us to do, is to help them be a trusted facilitator and the local expert for them. So, yep, calm is contagious. Spread the word, and glad to be here.
thanks. Anything else you'd like to say, or where's the best? I know we got a new website, so best way to find Cutler, best way to follow us around.
www.cutlerhomes.com. Love to hear your opinion on our new website.
Sounds great. Thanks for the time, Andy. Appreciate everything you do.
My pleasure, Shaun. Thank you.